Well, hello there. I did not mean to go live this early. What time is it? Okay, we are 10 minutes before the top of the hour. And the idea was to go live at the top of the hour, but I made a boo boo and pushed the go live button a little in advance. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay with my YouTube friends here for a little while and welcome everyone. And then we're going to get started right at the top of the hour in a matter of a few minutes. So, I'm definitely early and I'm going to get a couple other things going here so that we can invite in our Facebook friends and so that we can invite in our Instagram friends. So I'm going to put on my phone here, my iPhone here, and we will just get this going here. So let's see, is anyone on with us? One person is on with us right now on YouTube. So welcome. Welcome. It's good to be here again. Oh, now we have a couple more people. I just opened up the room a little bit early and we're going to get started in a matter of minutes here. What I'd love to suggest for you is I do have a book. I'm going to check in with Roddy and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of this. What is the link for the free ebook? Your book, your business, your breakthrough. There we go. I'll get that from Roddy and then we can post it on the social media channels, including YouTube. And so we'll do that here in a moment. Okay, so where are we? Okay, we're 9 minutes away from the top of the hour. And we're going to be starting officially in 9 minutes. But for anyone that is on here on YouTube and you have a question already, I'm happy to answer it. And then I'll kick things off right at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is in 8 minutes from now. Okay, we're going to go to live button on, there we are. Okay, now I'm going to put my phone right in front of me as well. And we're going to have this baby ready to go too. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So we are, okay. So only have one person right now on YouTube. So that's fine. I may open the other channels early as well. I'm just waiting for Roddy to give me the link, open the other channels as well. So we can get started and we can start asking questions as well. So your book, your business, your breakthrough.com. There we are. Okay. All right. I'm going to find the link for you. And Roddy, do you have the link for the free ebook, please? There we go. And I'm going to pull off a couple books off my shelf here and get ready to teach. Okay, we are almost good to go. Let's see here, just getting some goodies together and we will be ready to begin. Messing up my bookshelf, I see. No worries there. It's all good, man. Like the show. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, there's Michelle. Am I on Zoom? Are you on Zoom? No, I am not on Zoom. I am right now on YouTube, and that's it. I'm going to go live on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, but right now I'm just on YouTube. I didn't plan on being on YouTube this early. The scheduled event is at 10 a.m., but when I was opening the page to get ready, I accidentally hit the button to go live, and hence I went live. And I'm not sure if I had stopped that, whether that would actually prevent me from actually, being able to reopen it again. So we're doing a session today called Authors Leave Money on the Table, and Here's How Not to. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to go live on other platforms as well in a matter of minutes. And as I mentioned, I'm going to go live on 2 other platforms so that we're on both of them. Just waiting for Roddy to get back to me. and he seems to be doing something else at the moment. So I'm certain he'll join us in a minute. How are you doing today, Michelle? Let me know how you're doing. That would be wonderful. We also have a class together, Michelle, today, MSI entrepreneur or MSI author. Marvelous. Okay, great, great. Happy to hear that. Yes, so we're going to be doing a class at 12 noon today for you, for Michelle, and our other members of MSI author, MSI entrepreneur. And so we're just biding our time here for just a few more minutes. We're going live at 10 a.m. officially at 10 a.m. Probably open the doors a little earlier just so that we're ready to rock and roll. And I just want to grab one other book off my bookshelf. Here we are. Okay, there we go. Okay. I need another one here. That's that one. And all right. Oh, what do you want? Maybe a couple more things I can grab off my bookshelf. There we go. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I just got the information that I need from Roddy. So I'm going to put it in since we're already on YouTube, I'm going to put the link there. And in a moment, I'll put the link up on the other platforms. We're just getting ready to start here. You know what? I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live on all three platforms so that we can start to welcome in more people. And there we go. Okay. And then I'll go live on there. Okay. I am now live on three platforms and it is Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yes, Thursday, August the 25th, here in the wonderful year 2022. And this is a special session that we're going to be doing effectively starting at 10 a.m. And the idea behind today is to, whether you're an author or not, we're going to talk about how authors leave money on the table, but how not to. That's the idea. That's the topic for today's session. Hello from Australia. Oh my goodness, what time is it there? It must be late evening, depending on where you are in Australia, of course. So we are live on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube, and we are live on Instagram. So if you're just joining us, we do have a scheduled event today. And the scheduled event today is to begin officially in about 3 minutes. Good morning to you. And it's officially scheduled to begin in 3 minutes. And the topic that we're going to be discussing today is really applicable for anyone who has a desire to generate more money or more income in their life. And so we're going to be welcoming with us a few minutes some of the members from my team, although they may already be here. I'm just going to make an adjustment on this computer. Oh, no, I can't do it. Okay, that's all right. No worries. It's all good. I just wanted to see if I could see some of the comments up there on the Facebook page. So we've got a lot of folks joining us here. Hello from Canada. Happy to have you here from Instagram. We've got a few joining us from YouTube. The scheduled event is for 10 a.m., which is in 2 minutes. I accidentally went live on YouTube before the time and wasn't sure actually how to stop it and restart it. And so I just decided to let it go. Good morning to you. Good morning. Is that Veronica? Well, look at you. It's so good to have you here. We are starting an event. It's a 30-minute event, and we're starting in about 2 minutes or less. In fact, less than 2 minutes. So we're officially kicking off this event. And the idea behind today's class or session, if you will, someone's divine intervention. That's right, Michelle. You're absolutely right about that. The idea behind today, hello from Pakistan. All right, great. Well, hello to you. Good morning. The idea behind today's event. Oh, good morning, Pam. All right, I'm seeing the chat box up here. Okay, sorry for those that are on YouTube because this is probably a little annoying for you. But there we go. All right. I have to look at my belly while I'm standing up there and chatting with you guys. Hello, Hannah. Nice to see you. All right. We are 1 minute away from the official hello from Mallorca. Wow. Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it might be for you. We are live here on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Instagram. We're reaching out to people all over the world. And of course, one of the blessings with the internet is as you're doing your live events, you can also capture the recording and then the recording can be saved for later. So today we're talking about authors. Authors, now whether you're an author or not, oh, thank you. Whether you're an author or not, I really want you to listen to this because anyone can become an author. Anyone. I'm waiting for Savvy Wisdom to arrive. All right, Nikki, I'm so happy that you bought that. That's just wonderful. And good day, Coach Dominique. Good to see you, South Carolina. All right, great. Welcome. So whether you're an author or not, please listen up because what I'm going to share with you are opportunities that are available for anyone, absolutely anyone, anyone who can fog a mirror. If you have a desire to create a source of income or multiple sources of income, then absolutely you're in the right place. I am the creator of a brand new program called MSI Author, also known as MSI Entrepreneur. And this is a program that I created very recently to show people how they can create multiple sources of income from the comfort of their home. Hey, Morgan. And all by using this wonderful thing called the internet. All right. It doesn't matter if you have any, specialized education or that you're formally educated, or it doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter how old you are. If you are online right now and you have access to the internet, then you certainly can set yourself up to earn money online. So I'm going to go back in time and I'm going to relate some of my own examples and my own stories to how I created multiple sources of income. In fact, how I generated millions of dollars in revenue for my business by doing what I'm doing. And that hence the reason why I created MSI Author, MSI Entrepreneur. So we will have Roddy joining us here as well. He may already be here. Roddy, if you can let me know that you're here, that would be terrific. We're going to be on, hello, Brid Brady. We're also going to be on for about 30 minutes. So if you do have a question within this 30 minutes, please let me know, and I'm happy to address any of your questions. So I want to go back in time to just over 22 years ago. Okay, great question, Pam. I like that. Okay, I want to go back to 20 years ago. But actually, before I do, I'm doing fantastic, Morgan. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to answer Pam's question. So Pam posted a question on Facebook, and I want to address this right now. It's a great question. And her question is this: what is your opinion on using a pen name if you don't want to be the face of your book? That's fine. You can certainly use a pen name, but how do you promote it? How do you market it? I mean, you can market it and sort of be disguised, but people want to know the author. They want to know who the author is. And so the challenge with doing it that way is with the promotion. I'm not saying it can't be done, and I'm not saying that you can't create great success, but it's a heck of a lot easier if you use your real name. But you can certainly go under a pen name. I know some people that have done that, and because of what they've been writing about, and they didn't want other people to see it or to know that it was them. And so they wrote it using a pen name, but quite often people can figure it out. I mean, it's so easy nowadays to find things online. So I would suggest if you can use your own name, please use your own name. Now, that's what I would suggest. Okay, so I'll go back to what I wanted to share with you, the story of how I got into being an author, but what I want to share with you is how you can follow your passion or something that you have a deep interest in, and how you can generate revenue from that by serving the world. Like I really believe, and I think this is important, and I really want to stress this point right out of the gate, and that is that people are compensated. In other words, the amount of money that you earn is going to be based on the value that you bring to the world. Now, value can be accomplished through a book that's entertaining. So through fiction. As a matter of fact, most of the wealthiest authors in the world are fiction authors. And I did a presentation many, many years ago, and the presentation was entitled Authors That Have Earned $100 million or more. And the majority of them, now that's from their books, by the way, and the majority of them were fiction authors. However, there are many, many authors who have earned over $100 million in revenue, or millions and millions of dollars in revenue. and they earn the money from extending beyond the book, from other things, from other resources. But here's the truth, and I want you to really know and understand this. You can attract any amount of money that you desire. And as Napoleon Hill said, no more effort is required to demand prosperity and abundance than is required to accept misery and poverty. A few words, but I want you to really think about that. And I want you to understand that any amount of money that you desire to attract into your life is absolutely possible. You do not have to know how. Now, I can show you some ways, of course, but you do not have to know now how. But you absolutely must believe it's possible, and you absolutely must believe it's possible for you, because it is possible for you. And if you're interested in that, then I could definitely help you with that. Is a book a multi-million dollar business? It can be. Yes, absolutely. It can be. It definitely can be a multi-million dollar business. What I'd like to suggest, Roddy's on our call with us right now, is for everyone that's here, there's a link that Roddy's going to put on the social media channels, and it's a link for a free ebook. It's called Your Book, Your Business, Your Breakthrough. And it does go over some of the understandings and the teachings required to be successful as an author. But this title, as you know, the title for this event was, many authors leave money on the table and how not to. And so you don't have to be an author, as I said, for what I'm going to talk about today. If you have an interest in earning money, well, then you're definitely in the right place. So, but I believe it has to come from passion. Absolutely passion. You must have the passion for what you do. So when I wrote my first book, which I'm holding in my hand, it's a gold embossed hardcover edition of a book called On Being, the Creator of Your Destiny. I self-published this book and I brought it out to the world. And what I did was I was selling this book from my own website. And as a result, people were coming to my website. So I learned how, there's a lot of steps to this, by the way. There's a lot of, intricacies to creating success online, which is what I teach in the MSI Author, MSI Entrepreneur program. And so I realized very early in being an author that it was absolutely essential to learn how to market. Because if you don't know how to market, it doesn't matter how great your book is or how great your offer is or how great your program is or your product. If you don't know how to do marketing effectively, well, you're going to struggle. And that's just the way it is. And it doesn't have to be that way. Definitely doesn't have to be that way. So when I had written my first book, I was a single mother, owned my own home, had no desire to be vacant for my son's life. My family is my priority number one, always has been, always will be. And so my desire was to create success by helping others, by making a contribution to people in the world. And I started with a book. Now that book led to another book. And the next book actually wasn't a book in the beginning. So when we're talking about authors leaving money on the table, what you need to understand is that when you're out there in the world as an author, people sometimes, not always, but in some cases will want more. They'll either want another book from you, or they'll want another program from you, or they'll want something from you, guidance perhaps. So when I had launched my first book into the world and, started selling it in many countries, 26 countries in the very beginning, by following proven practices that I now teach for marketing online, people started asking me, what else do you have? When are you coming to my city? When will you be doing a webinar? And I thought, well, I'm not going to be vacant for my son's life. I was a single mom, as I mentioned, and I had absolute every desire to be a wonderful mom and to be home with my son. So I created a course called The 8 Proven Secrets to Smart Success, and I started selling it online. And that just took off. And what's fabulous about that, and this is any author can do, what's fabulous about that is that it turned into a book. So 8 Proven Secrets to Smart Success actually started as an online course, which I sold for many years. It's not available any longer. And it ultimately ended up becoming a book, which was very easy to do because I had all the course materials. And so there was another revenue source. But this actual book ended up being multiple sources of income because I had the course called 8 Proven Secrets to Smart Success. I had the book in paperback version, but I could also have an electronic version. I had an audio series that I created from the course materials as well. And that was available for people to download. And then I created a CD package with it as well. So ultimately, one idea can turn into multiple sources of income, 5 sources of income. Now, for those of you that know me, you know that I released Savvy Wisdom and Savvy Wisdom 2 within the last couple of years. And these books are parables. They're based on real life experiences, my life experiences. They're based on my life, even though they're written as a fiction book. And so these books, both of them are multiple sources of income. And I'll give you an example of that. Savvy Wisdom is available in a CD format, although I don't know who's really using CDs anymore, but some people are apparently. It's also in Audible. It's in hardcover. This is a hardcover edition. It's in trade paperback. It's in electronic format as well, Kindle as well. So this book alone has multiple sources of income, including the sequel to the book, audios, Audible version, paperback version, downloadable audio version. And I created a course as a result of writing these books and at the recommendation of my wonderful friend and mentor, Bob Proctor. And the course is called Savvy's Proven Success Principles. And you can find that on my website. And I absolutely recommend it. And so there we have another example of one idea that came to me just a couple of years ago that I moved into action. And I want you to understand that's part of how you get results, moved into action and created an additional 6 or 7 sources of income for me. And so anybody can do this. It is so easy nowadays, but you need to know how to set yourself up for success, because a lot of people don't even understand all the ingredients, if you will, that go into creating success online or creating success as an author. And a lot of authors are very ignorant, meaning not knowing. A lot of authors are very ignorant and just think that they write a book and that's it. Their job is done. But the truth is 5% of their job is done once the book is published or self-published. And you absolutely must learn how to market. Now, what I love to do is market on the internet because it's easy and effective. And so it allows you to reach people anywhere. There's 5 billion people online today. And so there's many different channels, many different ways we're using right now as you and I are communicating here together right now. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook all at the same time. So essentially it's 3 platforms delivered all at once. Come, James, come and say hello. This is my grandson, James, who's visiting with me right now. And I'm so blessed. He is, Evan, come. And he has his cousin with him, Evan. Come, Evan, come and say hello. The Evan and James are visiting right now. And just, there we go. All right, great. And so, as I said earlier, you know, like you can earn millions of dollars online from the comfort of your home and not sacrifice what's most important to you, like your family. And as I said, you know, I wrote my first book. Where's my first book again? We're on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So I wrote my first book because I had a desire to, you know, bring a message to the world and to make a positive contribution to other people's lives. And at the same time, take responsibility for my family and care for them and provide for them. And so it allowed me to do that. As a matter of fact, when James's parents, as my son and my daughter-in-law, became pregnant with James, they were rather young at that time, and they were both 18. And James will be 11 on Tuesday, so he's almost 11 years of age. And I remember, you know, they were having dinner, you know, with us at the kitchen table, and they told me that they were expecting James, which I was thrilled, absolutely thrilled. My son thought I was a little cuckoo because he said, you know, how could you be thrilled that your teenager is having a baby? And it's like, I'm going to be a grandma. And it was just such a blessing. And James is an absolute blessing in our life. And I'm so grateful for him. And I know he is in Kayla and my son Michelle's life too. And the point is this: at that time, my son was in school. And I had said to him, you know, because he was concerned he had to give up what he was studying and give up what he was doing. And I said, don't worry about it. I'll help you. I can contribute. And that is absolutely a blessing when you create success. When you create success for yourself, you're positively helping other people as well. And there's so many ways to do it when you know how. Now, if any of this is interesting to you and you'd like to find out more about how you can create multiple sources of income, even if you've never done anything online before, then you can get in touch with us. You can check out msiauthor.com or msientrepreneur.com. You can check that out, or you can go to my website, peggymccall.com, and you can speak to one of my success advisors, and they would be more than happy to meet with you and share with you how this could be a possibility for you too. But I absolutely believe that there's one prerequisite to creating success online, whether you're an author or not, and that is desire. All right. You absolutely must have the desire. If you don't have the desire, then go do something else. But the fact is that it doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, what experience you have. If you have the desire, you can absolutely create success. Now, what I suggest that you do, and I strongly suggest this, is get a mentor that can guide you. You see, this is what I've been doing. I've been online since 1995. And yes, I'm an author of 20 books, but I've also generated millions and millions and millions of dollars in revenue by serving people in only positive ways. And so it's absolutely an extremely rewarding career. It's a career that you don't have to have a degree to get into, and that all you need is desire. There's no acceptance into this space of being online. It's just an absolute blessing. And if we think back to the 18th century, where there was gold rush times, and people were giving up everything that they had to drive to the hills in the United States to mine for gold, because they thought that's where the riches are. Where are the riches today? The riches are right in front of you. You're on the riches right now. This is $1 trillion industry, the internet, e-commerce. And one of the top things that's selling online is information. Information. That's what's selling most online over anything else. And so who has information? You do. You have experience, you have guidance, you have wisdom. So do not allow any negative thoughts or any pre-programming that might be in your conscious mind or subconscious mind to hold you back from really making a positive move. And what's great about the internet as well, and what we teach, is you can do it part-time while you're still doing your job, until you can wean yourself away from that and then go on and do what you'd love to do and earn unlimited amounts of income. Awesome. So Pam says, I have the desire. Okay, there are a couple questions have come in, and I'm going to address those right now. The first question is, what is your view on the imposter syndrome? Now, I'm curious, Pam, why you're asking that question. It's an interesting question. I hear that question a lot, because a lot of people, that they have the desire to get out there and to make a difference in the world, but they don't think that they're valuable enough, or they don't believe that they have enough experience, or that their results isn't enough to really validate, who they are. So in some cases, some people end up getting what's called an imposter syndrome. Now, here's the thing. Anyone that's ever created any results in this world started somewhere, right? And if they allowed imposter syndrome to hold them back, they would have never gone forward. And so when you're first starting in this space, if you're speaking on success, or creating programs on success, or you're teaching people about success, or you're coaching people about success, or you're writing a book on success, then provided you have a good understanding or a depth of understanding on that subject, then great. There's nothing imposter about it. You're sharing knowledge, right? Like when I wrote my first book, I remember, telling my parents I'm going to write a book, and they're like, you're writing a book? I didn't let that stop me. And I knew enough. I'd been studying success at that point for quite a while, so I wasn't really concerned about that. And the truth is, everybody has a desire. I mean, people have a desire. It's natural and very inherent within all human beings to experience more, to want more. And somebody's going to step up and deliver. Somebody's going to be, and we see it all the time. I mean, we see people online, just almost like they're putting their flag in the ground. They're saying, here I am. I'm an expert. Yeah, I'm authority. I can help you. And that's great. And you know where a lot of that comes from? It comes from confidence, right? It comes from beliefs that they have created within themselves that build the muscles, the emotional muscles of confidence, so that they feel worthy of delivering the information. Like, there's not an ounce of doubt in my mind that I'm not worthy to teach what I teach. Not an ounce. Why? Because I've studied it for so long. And it doesn't even matter how long you've studied it. Now, I've been studying success for about 44 years. And I'm, 63 years of age. So I've been at it a long time. I've had my business going for 28 years, but I started somewhere and I began, way back when, January 1979, I began studying personal development and just really dove into it in such a deep way because I wanted to make some changes in my own life. And then once I did, then I realized that, wow, if I can do it, anybody can. And that quite often is where offers come from, or where books come from, or where programs come from, is somebody was struggling and they couldn't find the answer. They couldn't find the solution. So they found somebody to help them, to guide them. There's an expression, by their fruits, you will know them. And this is what I suggest. If you're willing to learn and you have the desire, then I would find the mentors who have been there, done that. Okay, because they have greater experience, they have a depth of knowledge. So imposter syndrome to me is really a sense of insecurity, is really what it is. And so what would you need to do to get rid of the idea that there is an imposter syndrome? You have to believe in yourself or believe in the materials. And this is what I tell my destiny coaches all the time, is that as a destiny coach, and you're guiding people through my programs, which is Destiny Key and the Money Marathon, that you're really teaching people or coaching people through proven information, something that's already been accomplished. Okay. And so on its own, like just that idea, that concept on its own can definitely help you feel that strength of, I feel really good about what I'm bringing to the world, and I know what I have is of value. And so I would reinforce that belief within you by really feeling it, knowing that what you have is of immense value. How do I reply to clients who say that they can't afford my services but really need and want it? Okay, great question, Inga. I know there's a couple more questions here too, so I'm going to get to those in a moment. We're going to be on for about 30 minutes, so I think I probably have 3 more questions that I'm going to be addressing today. Okay, so if your clients say that they can't afford it, understand this. It's because they don't want it enough. Because the truth is, when you want something, you'll find a way. You will absolutely find a way. Now, I remember Bob Proctor used to say this. He would say, look around your home. There's stuff that you have in your home that you wanted. You may not have had the money for, but you had the desire to get it and you found a way. And so in this particular case, if you have clients telling you that they can't afford it, it just simply means that they haven't, their desire isn't sparked enough, or they don't want it enough. You've got to get them to fall in love with the dream, fall in love with the outcome. What would it be like for you when, right? And think about this, what we're talking about here today, is creating multiple sources of income in an unlimited, there's no cap on what you can earn online, right? And so just imagine for a moment that you were working from the comfort of your home. And I just had my grandson come in and say hello. I've got my grandson here as well. And so when I'm finished here, I'll be, going to feed them. And then a little bit later, I'm teaching a class, and then I'm going to be driving over to a piano store and then taking them home. You get to organize your own schedule. You work when you want to work. You do what you want to do when you want to do it. And having the freedom to do what you want when you want, while earning an unlimited amount of money and being in what's called the top 1% income earners in the world, which is where I am. I'm in the top 1% income earners in the world. And if a grandma, who's in her 60s, can do this, and I'm non-technical. I mean, I started YouTube Live by accident early. I mean, that's just an example of, a lot of people assume, well, you have to be technically inclined. You do not. That's why I said the only prerequisite is desire. Do you want it? Would you love to have that lifestyle? So what you can do, Inga, is help them, really get connected to what does it feel like, to live the life that they long to live their desires, and then help them understand you can help them get there, and you can help them get there fast. Right. And that's why we created our MSI author program and our MSI entrepreneur program in a way that it's 100 days so that you can go through it and you can be launching as we're going along, as we're teaching the classes. So that's definitely something that can be done. Okay. We have 3 more questions. Okay. We had 2 more. Now we have 3 more. And I'm going to get to those next. Is there any particular goal setting meditation you may recommend? Okay, this is Brid Brady asking the question. Any particular goal setting meditation you may recommend? Um, yeah, I would recommend. There's one that I created. You're very welcome, Inga. There was one that I created very recently, and I know it's available in the Easy Quantum Leaps private Facebook group. It's free to join on Facebook. Easy Quantum Leaps. It's a Facebook group. I know it's also available on YouTube, and it's also available. I think Facebook and YouTube. And if you email support at peggymccall.com, I'm sure Roddy will get it to you as well. And it's a very short meditation, but you're asking about goal setting. And the meditation goes like this. It just says wealth, success, wealth, success. It's recorded for 5 minutes. It's binaural beat music. But what I've been getting as far as feedback is concerned is a lot of people are getting inspired with ideas when they're listening to it. Okay, so if you're looking for getting into the spirit of wealth and success, and setting some goals, I would suggest that you get that meditation. All right. Amanda is asking the question. I have a question that came up today. Is there any less chance of success running a business that you feel you are not what you are 100% passionate about, or is it just a matter of mindset? Ooh, that's a good question right there. Now, I believe it's much more valuable if you are passionate about it. And why? Because to me, passion is like the fuel. It's the fuel. It's like the fuel that keeps the car going. If you don't have the passion, or you're not, really feeling that passion, it's likely you're going to run out of steam or run out of energy. Could you find the passion for it? Sure. You could absolutely find the passion for it by choosing what you're focusing on. I'll give an example of this, and although it's not really relevant to business, but it definitely helps explain the point. My grandson, who many of you met just a few minutes ago, who came into my office here to say hello, he'll be 11 years of age on Tuesday, and he is a phenomenal pianist. He plays the piano like blows my mind. He doesn't read music. He hears something and bam. He said to me last night, he came here for a sleepover. He said to me last night, he said, "Sing a song to me, Grandma, and I'll play it for you." And so, I was, scattering in my mind for a song. So I sang a song, and then he got on the piano and he just started to play it. And it's like, whoa, how do you do that? So the thought occurred to me, this morning he was playing for me as well. He's still here. He's with his cousin, who also is a phenomenal pianist, Evan. And so with the two of them playing piano, I was thinking, I'd like to play the piano. And I've had a belief in the past that I'm not talented musically. I took guitar lessons many years ago. I wanted to learn how to play that song by Kansas, Dust in the Wind. That was the first song that I learned how to play. I love that song. But I just felt that it wasn't something that I had a talent for. So never attempted learning any other musical instruments from that point on. However, I would love to play the piano. And so I know that in order to effectively play the piano, just like the question that's asked, the mindset must be there. The passion must be there. So how can you build the passion within you? Well, you build it by thinking about, well, what would be great about that as an outcome, right? What would be wonderful? And then you get connected to the outcome of the experience and how wonderful that would be. Now, if you can't get connected to the outcome, and you're talking about if it's not 100% passionate about, then maybe I would suggest doing something else. Or in my case, where I'm talking about, learning how to play the piano, if the passion's not there, then don't bother. Like, don't bother, investing in, getting a new piano, which is something I'm thinking about, or investing in lessons, or investing the time to learn. Evan was telling me this morning that he learned how to play the piano on YouTube. And so I wouldn't do it if I wasn't passionate about it, but I love it. I mean, it just moves me. And the idea of playing the piano, with my grandson, or having my grandson, see his grandmother play, just really excites me. So the passion's there, but if it's not, you can look for things that you can get excited about and turn it around. But if you find you can't get excited about it, then definitely it's something that you might want to find something else to do. Okay, we have 1 more minute and 1 more question. So we'll wrap it up for this final question. And that question is, can you talk about the fear of losing it? It keeps coming up, the fear I will create something and then lose it. Is that a common thing people experience? Yes, it is a common thing. people experience, but it is destructive. Fear is also an acronym, as some people have mentioned before: false evidence appearing real. It's something that you're creating in your own mind. The opposite of fear is faith. And so it's definitely a place that you can go to. If you think of a dimmer switch on the wall, which turns your light, illuminates it when it's up on high, and darkens, or the light goes out and the room is dark when it's on low. It's like faith, fear, faith, fear. Faith is the top, fear is the bottom. When you're in fear, everything looks dark, it looks bleak. So you got to build the faith. When you build the faith, you come from a place of possibility of what's possible for you. And it really is like an emotional muscle that you must build. But it takes time. It absolutely takes time. It takes a commitment. You must build that emotional muscle. I know that right now, if I went over to the gym in town and I said to them, I'd really like to have abs, like a six pack, and show me what to do. And they did. And I went home. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow morning with abs like a six pack. Right? I got to go the next day and the next day and the next day. And whatever you're looking as far as outcomes, there's definitely an investment of time and energy. But I will tell you this, it is a lot of fun and absolutely rewarding, completely rewarding. So it is now 10:30. So we're going to call this a wrap. I'm always delighted to be with you. What I suggest that you do, go check out the free book. And you can find that you can find it right on my website, PeggyMcColl.com. Just go to the front page of my website. You'll also find on there the programs that we offer. And hey, Victoria, good to see you as well. And, if you want to meet with one of our success advisors, if you're not sure what would be a great fit for you, then you can definitely book an appointment. The link is also on my website. Probably PeggyMcColl.com is the best place for you to go to take this a little bit further. Always a pleasure to be with you, and I wish you an extraordinary day. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Roddy. Thank you, Annie. And I'm not sure if Vladdy was here today. I didn't have my glasses on the whole time, but thank you, Vladdy, if you're here as well. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.